What's up, Facebook? It's Jess. It's Tuesday night. I don't even know what the date is, but just got ready for bed. Probably gonna watch a documentary, but I'm starving. So is Katie. So is Bailey, who she's not even eating her food. You're not even eating your food. You just asked for food. She just scratched her bowl for food, and no, she's not even eating. Anyway, so I'm making tuna fish, which is canned, but I don't really feel like being gourmet right now. So I'm making tuna for Katie and myself. Ooh, yeah, smell that. Making some tuna. All I hear in the living room is, oh my god, I can't believe she would actually say something like that, because I would just, never say something like that. Which means Katie's watching the Kardashians, who we love. What's been going on, guys? Tuna, ew, cat food. Oh, Heather. You know what? It is a bit like cat food, but it's human-grade cat food. And I grew up on canned tuna. I like canned tuna. And it's actually pretty healthy if you don't put a ton of stuff in, which I'm probably going to do anyway. But I don't really feel like cooking a crazy meal right now. It's Tuesday. I'm tired. So we're doing tuna. What kind of cat do you have? I get it. I get the joke, guys. Good joke. Good joke. I always get tuna in water because the oil just is gross and kind of gets oily and stuff. But I'm not gourmet all the time, kids. What did everybody do today? I didn't really do a whole lot. I went to my orthodontist this morning because I'm actually finishing a round of Invisalign, which I don't think anybody knew about until just now. But I have Invisalign on my bottom teeth because I actually have all of my wisdom teeth, which somehow I was able to pull off without having them removed, because I don't want to have them removed and have surgery if I don't need to. But so I have my wisdom teeth and I have Invisalign now on my bottom teeth because they were coming out. But so I did that this morning, and then what else did I do? I had a couple phone meetings talking about the new music, talking about the music video, what we're going to do for that. And we have some exciting plans for the video, which we're probably going to shoot right here in LA. And then I went to the gym, which was really fun. There was this dude at the gym today working out next to me, and he was huge. This guy was yoked, crazy muscles, but he was wearing a shirt from the 2 to 5-year-old, 2 to 4-year-old section from the Baby Gap, because I don't think, maybe he thought no one could see that he had muscles or something, but I always think that's really, really funny. But he was yoked. Tuna's done. I'm gonna put, have you guys heard of this? For all you vegans out there, and I am not a vegan, but I like the taste of it. It's like a vegan spread. It's kind of like a mayo substitute. Eggless, gluten-free, which I'm not gluten-free by any means. I actually just had an allergy test the other day, and I'm in the top 5% of people that are not allergic to things. Actually, the only thing that I'm allergic to heavily is vanilla, which is really funny. But I don't know, this tastes good. I don't think it's any healthier than mayonnaise, actually. It actually looks like it's a little less healthy. But it's delicious. So, 2 cans of tuna and some vegan spread for the kids. And it's usually super official. I do like that much. Maybe a little more. You guys like super grossed out right now? What else? Maybe a little brown mustard. What are you guys up to? You're watching the Kardashians too. Too lazy to... Huh? Too late. I put mustard in. It's not very much. You're watching the Kardashians too. That's awesome. I'm actually in the middle of watching a documentary. A lot of people don't know this, but I watch probably 2 or 3 documentaries a week, if not docu-series. I'm super into docs. I love nonfiction. I love biographies. And I'm currently watching, there's a documentary on, I think it's on Netflix, called, it's World War II in Color, which I find fascinating. I find that whole time period very fascinating. I love learning about World War II, partly because I think I kind of had a lot of holes in my brain as to that time period, and I just didn't pay attention in history class, I guess. But I know a lot about it now because I watched so much on it. But what's fascinating about this one is that it's in color, and there's something about seeing that time period being transferred into color that makes it seem a lot closer and real. When you watch things in black and white, it's like harder to pay attention and just a lot seems further away, but it's fascinating stuff, and I'm learning a lot. I love it. I also watch documentaries on things like hummingbirds. So there's that. All right, pickles. I find my 10-year-old son watching that too. You found your 10-year-old son watching a documentary on Nazis? He must be a smart kid. I also just watched, you know what I watched also that was really good, and it was the same time period, it was right around World War II, was The Darkest Hour with Gary Oldman, which I think is probably going to win the Oscar. But it was incredible. It was the story and life of Winston Churchill, and he was like hauntingly good. And like how brave of a man that he was to stand up to Hitler at a time where Britain just wanted like peace and didn't want to get in the middle of a war that they didn't have the army or the navy for. And it was kind of like him against the whole parliament and the whole country. Well, not the whole country at first, though. And everyone, in office. And he just knew, that this guy was an evil, evil man. And it was really just a crazy good film. But anywho, my 5-year-old son watches the news and how it's made. I love how it's made. That's like one of those, How It's Made is one of the best, shows for trivial information in under 20 minutes, and you can become kind of an expert in, paper clips, which is awesome because I didn't know enough about paper clips. I don't even know if that's an episode. Anyway, Have you ever watched The Good Doctor? I haven't watched The Good Doctor. But I'm not even sure I know what The Good Doctor is about. Is that like a network show? I generally watch like Netflix, HBO, Showtime. Yeah. Everyone is so demanding in these comments. Yeah, well, that's what I'm here for. Pickles! Everyone loves a good pickle. Okay. Not a good knife. What's everybody got planned the rest of the week? My week is pretty loose. I'm going to a dermatologist tomorrow. I'll probably go back to the gym. Gotta keep it fit. It's gonna be a big 2018. Can't wait to see you at CMU in March. I'll see you there. Tons of college gigs coming up this spring, which I'm really pumped about. I know I'm going to be in Florida a couple times. I think I'm going to be in Florida. These are not dill pickles. These are bread and butter, which is kind of like what you put in tuna. I mean, I like dill pickles, but not my tuna. Have you ever been to Louisiana? Yeah, I've been. Of course I've been to Louisiana. I love Louisiana. I love New Orleans. I was actually just at, was it Tulane? Yeah, I was just in Tulane. Great school, great crowd. Let's see. Nursing school for the rest of the week. Good for you. I'd be a terrible nurse. I had blood drawn the other week, and I nearly passed out. Not into needles, not into that kind of stuff. I like watching documentaries about nurses and doctors, and I think that's fascinating, but I just hate being a part of it. Xavier University in Cincinnati. I will be there. When is the next album coming? So I am putting out some new music very, very shortly. I can't announce the date yet, but it is. We are very close. Very, very close. And I am pumped because it's been a while. Tony Packo's Sweet Hot Pickles are the best. Who knows? Who told you that is my favorite? Who was that? Who are you? Stacy Voker. Let me tell you something, Stacy. I'm impressed. And you are a woman who knows her pickles. That is a ridiculous thing to say, but it's true because Tony Packo's pickles are my absolute favorite pickles. I think that they're based in Oklahoma, which is a funny fact to know. I don't watch docs on pickles. I just happen to know that. It is my favorite pickle. It is in this place in LA. They're in this place in Los Angeles called the Artisan Cheese Factory in Studio City, and they are the only place I can find that jar of pickles. And they are my absolute favorite. In fact, I love them so much that I went on their website, and it turns out they have like 15 other kinds of pickles and like canned or jarred tomatoes and weird peppers and really cool stuff. And I went on their website and I ordered like 20 jars of pickles. Tony Packo's is indeed the best. All right, mixing this up. Any Pennsylvania tour dates? I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I love Pennsylvania. I would have liked to have been in Philly last weekend. Man, I heard it was shut down after that game when you guys spanked the Vikings. gonna hunt those pickles down. Yeah, you gotta try that pickle. It's the pinnacle of pickles, for sure. My first concert ever was a J-Mac concert in OKC when I was like 13. So 13 years ago. Yeah. Well, so that makes you 26. And I think every 13 years is like a good... you should at least come every 13 years to a show, I think, you know? You sent me a picture, asked to come on, you sent me a signed picture. Hey, I try to answer a lot of fan mail, actually. I know we have like a P.O. box for people to send stuff, and people send me stuff, and I do respond. I mean, I think it's nice, too, to get like a tangible physical thing that you can hold, like an autograph or just a note or a letter or a quick thing that's like outside of, as much as I love this, it's like cool. It's like the old school days. Sign an autograph, send a picture. You guys are the best. Oh, my phone just dropped. Who was it that I was watching? I was watching John Mayer live on Instagram a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about how it's like impossible for this rubber sleeve to actually stand up straight without slipping, which is true. They haven't figured that out. My experience with Apple all day today has been awful. First of all, I asked Siri a question, and she told me basically that she was like in the middle of a conference because she couldn't be there. She couldn't show up for me, and was like, "What's the weather in Minnesota?" Something silly. Then I dropped my phone today, and I have a big crack on the front of my screen, which you guys can't see, but I can. I have a split right here across my face. And then I just bought a new laptop, and it won't power up, and it's a brand new laptop. So my experience with Apple lately has been not so hot. Anyway, I'm almost done with this tuna, so I'm going to sign off in a second, but I'll take hit me with another round of questions. Do you want harissa in your tuna? No. I'm going to have harissa. Let me show you what harissa is. This is something you guys should know about. It's called harissa, and it's basically a red pepper paste with like herbs and spices and chili, and it's just awesome goodness. And it's really spicy. I mean, not really spicy, just like a little bit of heat, which is nice, and I love it on a tuna sandwich or like in a tuna salad. Just brings a little spice to the party. You know what I mean? My favorite basketball team. You know, I never was really a big basketball fan growing up. I grew up watching football and baseball and golf. And so basketball is one of those things that is hard to get away from, though, when you move to Los Angeles, because everyone is a fake Lakers fan, including myself. Like, when I first moved here, I would always go to Lakers game just because there was like an enormity to the Lakers having Kobe and Shaq on the team. It was just like mania, and going to a game was just like super cool. So I guess by default I'm a Lakers fan, but like just because I live within the 30-mile zone, so I guess by default. But otherwise, and the Knicks were just sucked when I was a kid, when I was growing up in New York. So what are you cooking? Oh, if you don't know by now, is it you made carbonara? Well, that's very ambitious. I for Tuesday. For me, I just did some tuna with some sweet pickles. And should I put anything else in here? Do you want it on a bed of lettuce?
No, I just want it in a bowl.
Just in a bowl. All right. Do you want to say hi, or are you just not in high mode right now? Katie just got back from the gym.
I did cryo today.
She did cryotherapy, which is something I did a few weeks ago.
I'm still cold.
Yep. Right down to your core. Okay. Favorite song? I don't have a favorite song. I mean, I have so many favorite songs. I don't have one favorite song. What do you say in the beginning of the song, Makeup?
Makeup.
Oh, it's Kwame did it. Kwame is the producer of that song, and that was sort of like his tag in the beginning of the song, but it's a frequently asked question. I barely started the Fear the Walking Dead series, kind of old to mention it, but I loved your cameo in the series. Suck, you die, though. Yeah, it does kind of suck, but I died in a really cool way. I got, like, plunged with what was that thing? Like a crowbar or something. Yeah, like a pipe. And, which is what you have to do to kill a zombie, and I turned into a zombie, so. But that was really such a fun role. I got to shoot in Mexico, in Rosarito, with an awesome cast, and I was a huge fan of the show, so it's always fun when you get to be a part of a cast or any kind of project where you're already a fan, so. When are you coming back to Kansas? Not sure. Don't know. Have you ever performed at a wedding? I have performed at a wedding.
You use this one.
I haven't used them. I'm going to use it in my Tuna because you don't want any in yours.
Okay.
I have performed at several weddings.
Coincidentally.
Coincidentally, what?
You performed at a wedding of a guy I went to high school
Oh yeah, I performed at a wedding of a guy who actually went to high school with Katie.
Totally random occurrence.
Anywho, I have done it. What's the most embarrassing thing you've done? I mean, I don't want to sit and think because it'll just be boring for everybody else, but there's a lot of embarrassing things I've done. Snoopy Roberts. Snoopy, is that really your real name? Because that's cool. You need to start on Young and Hungry again. I loved Young and Hungry, and you know what? It was such a fun show, and I love everybody in the cast, and Jonathan is one of my really close friends. I actually just hung out with him the other day. All right, I'm going to make a salad out of this. Avocado, too. That's great with tuna. You want avocado?
No, thank you.
Anywho. Just using some good old-fashioned iceberg lettuce. You want lettuce? You should have some lettuce.
Really?
I mean, I don't know why I said that. You don't have to have lettuce.
Why? Just because it makes it crunchy?
Yeah, it brings a little crunch to your life.
That's
Here.
why I like the pickles.
Go ahead, serve yourself.
Right.
All right, kids, I'm going to sign off, but it was nice chatting with you. Happy Tuesday. I'll check in with you guys later this week. Love you all. Mwah. Ciao.